float up. Someone's half a point behind. It's always the one who's got the highest rating. Hikaru, 34-36.
That's crazy.
Chesscom, which
is he on his highest?
I think he's close to his peak record.
Insane.
Didn't Magnus have a little bit 34, 45 or something like that?
Yeah, they've been trading the record. I think Hikaru beat his own record recently in the mid 3400s. I mean,
I think they went back and forth this summer and broke each other's records a few times.
I think these days Hikaru has like 100 points more, but I think if Magnus really tries, he can catch him. Here we have the Rouser variation of the Sicilian. It's a sharp opening.
not MVL's favorite Najdorf, but very close.
Yeah. However, this one is a bit more positional.
It's interesting though, isn't it? I mean, sure, he's not among the youngest players anymore, but still from that youngish generation to be so locked into his opening repertoire. It's different.
Does anyone love the Najdorf more than MVL? That's the question.
Yeah, probably not. The Najdorf and the Grunfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's loyal. That's the one thing. He's very, very loyal to the openings he loves.
Yeah, I think it was only like in 2021 he finally started to add some new openings. Yeah, he was just playing the Najdorf and Grunfeld consistently for like 20 years. Mm-hmm. Here we have a bit of a theoretical debate in the. This is called the Rouser opening. Like black goes this pawn move a5 here, which is a strong move, trying to create some play on the queen side. White activates the queen to c4. It looks like this has actually gone white's way. I don't know, like giving up the e6 pawn and taking with the pawn looks a bit suspicious to me. Yeah. Not sure how to follow up here with black.
It's a big weakness. White can later bring out the bishop to h3 maybe, or at least a very important piece will be tied down defending e6 for the rest of the game. There we go. He does play g3, bringing his bishop out to hit on the light squares. Hikaru loves the bishop pair. Okay, the knight retreat. He wants to hit a backward pawn at least.
Usually you go queen c8 in these positions, but I think he just mixed up. It was not in that position where he did it, because here it looks like white is in control. Knight c7 is a good move, probably the only way to defend the pawn on e6. But it's hard to find a plan with black.
Yeah, white's king looking pretty safe for now. Black's king not ideal in the corner.
Also, white has ideas of going bishop to b6, eliminating the knight on c7, and then you drop the pawn on e6. MVL stops that.
Stops it, but that's a bit of a clumsy move. Unless he can move his knight out the way, maybe.
Yeah.
My arrow is going funky. Knight move and then the rook slide.
Maybe knight b5 here.
Or a4.
Yeah, a4 is also a good move.
Yeah, but this does allow the rook to come into the game now. Next move.
I feel like MVL is good at coming back from like passive positions, and it's almost like he's enjoying these type of.
It's almost like he played it before.
Yeah. I mean, he's a master at being a bit passive and then countering in the middle of the game. That
is very true. MVL is known for defending worse positions really well. Yeah. He's very creative. Very often sacrifices material in bad positions, like objectively not doing well, but he's active and finds like resources. So in general, a very practical player.
MVL? I'm trying.
Magnus Carlsen is playing against Yesipenko on table 4. We have an Abdusantarov who is in trouble against Zhu. And then we have Sevian against Rasmus Svane on table 2.
The big names all rising to the top. This is a very odd position for the black rooks to be in, defending their central pawns.
Yeah, I was tempted to suggest knight d5 here, but it's probably not very good.
Just for the cameras.
Just for the memes.
Yeah, just for the memes.
I mean, we can agree upon, if we're going with names here, that the easiest one to pick up is Alexander Grinch-Grishuk.
Yes.
But the Grinch is now playing against Bortnik, so there's a big chance he might get flagged today.
Ooh. Someone's going to get flagged in that game. Bortnik probably the quicker on the mouse of the two players. Move ahead, much better against Grigory Oparin as well. But this is a very slow game so far. Hikaru's down on the clock, which isn't always the case.
Yeah, he took a while there to play the rook to f2. But I think it was a clever move, just protecting everything. Like the c2 pawn was hanging in some variations, so now if it's white to move now, I think knight d5 is a strong move. So black moves away from that diagonal. Now maybe you can consider knight to b5
Yeah.
again, but yeah, it does go for that.
Yeah, the idea is if there is a knight trade, then the other black knight might find itself trapped. And therefore, MVL breaks out. He's so good at timing these breakouts normally, but is it too late? Much better for Hikaru Nakamura apparently now. Are there knight trades? The black pawn center is feeling a bit brittle right now, a bit loose.
c3, a very strong move.
Hitting the knight, and there would have been a pawn lost if the knight had moved.
Yeah, I think MVL is doing the right thing here, trying to just create a mess in the center, because as David pointed out, if the knight would go back, you would just drop the pawn. So you just have to try to sacrifice something. But it doesn't look like it's enough, though. Like white can take the pawn on e6 now, and he's 2 pawns up.
I feel like we dropped off more players than we're used to today. That the top matchups came a little bit earlier than what we've seen previously, and that could also be a sign that it's possible to get back from 1 point behind, like Magnus and some of the other players are.
Definitely. I mean, we're on track for a Magnus Hikaru round 11 special. We still have Grinchuk in the mix. We still have MVL. Even losing here, he'll still be right up there. Okay, he's trying to mix things now. That is the last chance probably to press the chaos button to go for the white king. At least remind Hikaru that the black queen might be coming out. There's a knight nearby. Back rank mates. But it doesn't feel like it should be enough.
Maybe he's hoping for a dirty flag here against Hikaru.
Good call.
Yeah, it's not very often we see Hikaru down on the clock. It's almost always has more time than his opponent.
This looks very dangerous now for MVL.
Yeah, I think if MVL doesn't do anything in the next 2-3 moves, and Hikaru gets like 2 moves to stabilize, it's going to be over. So he has to maybe try something like a3 and just open up the white king.
Seems to be very interesting with Bortnik and Grishuk as well here, where, as you would expect, Grishuk has more time now, and you never know what's going to happen at the end.
That's always the way. Always swings in the last few seconds for Grishuk. Okay, the bishop drops back. You can't take twice on this square, and with the black queen, because the white bishop will jump out the way with a check, and the black queen would be lost. Instead, she swings. And yeah, he's just trying his best to keep control, Hikaru, but MVL's also trying his best to just complicate the matter, and the white king's not entirely comfortable yet. 1 minute. Oh, this is flagging territory soon. Maybe. If MVL can keep the tension. And oh, Hikaru makes a mistake for the first time in a long time. Suddenly, Hikaru is apparently worse.
Wow.
It was not easy to make a decision there, though.
Yeah. He's still 2 points
White's
up.
king is very open.
Okay, this is a golden opportunity for MVL. Can he keep the white king from running away to safety behind its own pawns? Oh, suddenly this is a 3-result game. Checks in the air. Checkmate in the air. Oh, he closes the door, cuts off the king. Watch out, some checks. This is super scary now for Hikaru. 54 seconds, he's panicking.
This is classic MVL, just holding on and fighting his way back into the game.
It's the French Revolution. He's just waiting and waiting, and eventually heads will fall. But no threats yet. Everything covered. So Hikaru pushes his pawn forward.
Yeah, maybe he's going to go rook to a8 now, creating... But you can play queen to d4 there, probably.
Okay, he hits queen. Oh, apparently it's a big blunder. What is the punishment? The bishop goes back.
Wait, what was the winning move there?
Oh,
Bishop d4 was winning. Bishop d4 was winning there.
There was a cute tactic, the black bishop coming in and the black queen taking the bishop. If the white rook had moved, that would have been a game ender, but not easy with no time left on the clock.
This is so nerve-wracking. Both players down to 40 seconds. Okay.
Queen a1 would have got the queens off by force. Would have been winning for Hikaru. Any endgame queen trade.
I still think this is easier to play for MVL. Like if Hikaru makes a slight mistake, he can get mated. So with the time situation, MVL should be the favorite here.
And he can't spend 10 seconds right now, Hikaru.
He can't, but he does. 20 seconds. Still the queens are on the board. Okay, the position's repeating. Will they bail out? Hikaru says no.